guys, Guy in Kalamazoo here. From my kind of dark window, I realize the lighting sucks. But from my window to yours, and I also do realize too that it is Happy Thanksgiving Eve. This is a special edition. Um, I was gonna do one last Sunday. I've got my notes right here, and it says even November 20th. I know you guys probably can't see, but it says November 20th. But I have had, and I did finally go to the doctor. I think my last video I was sick too. Um, I had, and I'm getting over it now, acute bronchitis. It was pretty bad. I think I just had congestion for about maybe a little over a week, and I probably should have addressed it then. I was taking like halls and minor stuff, coldies, I think, some halls. And then I thought, you know what, I need to get rid of this. And somebody at work said, oh, Mucinex works really good. I had never taken Mucinex before. So I go to Myers, my local store, and I get their brand of Mucinex. To me, I don't care. Generics don't hurt. Yeah, if it was Mucinex, I would have done this too. No side effects or anything, and it did its job. It started breaking this crap up that was in my lungs. Sorry when I cough. And I'm going to keep this, I'm going to go over some things, but I'm going to keep this video pretty short. Um, it, it started breaking up in my lungs, and I could not breathe. I could not. Very hard to sleep. I took some sleeping, like Z-Quil, just to help me sleep, or Tylenol PMs. And I'm like, you know what? And I told Chris, I'm going to the damn doctor. I don't like going to the doctor, but I went to the damn doctor and did not see my doctor because, of course, this was a last minute thing. But I also did not want to go to urgent care because my copay is like more than double. My copay for my doctor is like $30. If I see go to urgent care at 75, if I go to emergency, I think it's like $250, something like that. So yeah, hopefully I don't end up in an emergency. Anyway, so to save that money, schedule an appointment with another doctor that happens to be in the same practice that I go to. And she gave me uh, prednisone, a steroid, I believe, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's an inhaler. And she says, hopefully, you don't have to use it a lot. Hopefully, maybe once or twice a year. And she gave me the Z pack for the antibiotics, a 5-day supply of each. To talk about prednisone. I don't know if you guys have experienced prednisone. I don't like it. Um, yeah, I was in such the last 2, 3 days. In fact, one reason I probably didn't even care to do a video. I was just in a terrible, irritable mood. And looking at the side effects of prednisone, that's one of them. So she warned me. She didn't warn me about that, but she warned me about don't take it before going to bed because it's going to keep you awake. And I think it did. It pretty much did because I had to continue the Z-Quil to help me sleep at night. Anyway, I took my last pill of that damn stuff yesterday, I believe, yesterday morning, along with my last Z-Pack. And like she said um, that it's going to continue in my body for the next couple weeks. So I'll let it be. Oh, and no coffee tonight. Right now, I've got my. This cup was a gift from a coworker, Nate. Actually, it's a mug, a stein. What do you want to call it? It does say Diablo, and it is Blizzard 25 years. He got back from BlizzCon, and this happened to be beer, and he was able to keep the cups. I thought it was very nice, and thank you again, Nate, for this. I've got Mountain Dew in here. Yes, caffeine addict. I'm no longer a nicotine addict. Caffeine, yes. Oh, just to follow up with this, the story about the doctor. She's having me go, and I called today to schedule this. It's going to happen on, I think, December 13th at the hospital. Um, she didn't give me a chest X-ray, which I'm kind of surprised, but she wants me being a 30 or actually like 32 year smoker. Um, she's having me go to take a breath test. I can't remember the name of it. It's pulmonary something or other. I breathe through a tube, and anyway, what made me think of that was the test is at 5 in the afternoon, and she said I cannot have caffeine 4 hours before. So I've got to remember because I'll drink coffee up until like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Then I'll start on this for a little while, and I do drink water in between. But I've got my caffeine. So I've got to remember on December 13th. So yeah, my old friend Dean Thompson with Vinny Corleone on YouTube, he says he's gone through some of his own things this past year and with his back. And he mentioned to me, and he's even said in his videos, that the past eventually catches up to you. And I don't have much of a past. I don't have a lot of a past. I'm not a drinker. I've got some gin. I enjoy a gin and tonic. I enjoy my dark chocolate, my Young's double chocolate stout once in a while. But smoking. I started smoking. My best friend in high school, Frank, I don't even think we had our driver's licenses yet. So, but we were close. I believe it was the summer of 82, 83, something like that. And it was peer pressure. He was smoking these Camels, and I'm like, oh my God. And so I started. And I started slow, but I smoked for almost 32 years. I'm going to say 32 years. There was one year, 1992, 93, I believe. It was a sad year, though. But I had quit. I had actually really quit for like almost 1 year. And then my stepbrother got killed. He was in a terrible, horrific motorcycle accident. And leaving that hospital room and seeing him, I had a cigarette. That's when I lit back up. And I had smoked ever since. So I really don't even count that year. But if I do kind of count that year in, then I'll say 31 years. I smoked 30 to 31 years. Whatever. It's a fucking long time. And I've not smoked, not even thought about it since April 9th of this year. That it was hard. And I do have to say, for those of you who smoke or are thinking, do it. Have some support in place. What did I just put? This just made me failure to plan to fail, something like that. Anyway, basically, don't just quit. Make sure before you really do, and this is true. This is God honest true. I did not quit cold turkey. I had a plan in place. The state of Michigan has something called the Quit Net line, which I signed up for. It was totally free. They used to supply anti-nicotine devices like patches or gum, or I think help towards Chantix or something like that, but they don't anymore because our fucking governor here probably took all that money and put it in his goddamn pocket. So sorry. Anyway, and here I'm waving the phone in your hands. But have a quit date in mind and have a plan in place. Like I did use that QuitNet when I needed to. I used the patch. The patch just personally, it worked for me. I did not use gum. I used the patch. And I did the Nicorette patches with the steps. So I used the step 1 for, you're supposed to use it 4 weeks. I used it 2 weeks. Then I went step 2 for 2 weeks, then step 1 for 2 weeks. And that was it. And by the end of the 6 weeks, though, I was like, at first in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is going to be hard. And it really kind of was, even at the end of that 6 weeks. For about a week and a half to 2 weeks, I would say, there were times when I did want one. And I did have one more patch that I left, and I still have it in the other room. Just to, in case I needed to get the edge off or whatever, but I have not used it. I got through it. I did have to call the support line a couple times, and I did talk to a live counselor there just to get me through a couple things. Anyway, I'm glad it's done. I smoked. And that's the thing with me is, yeah, the years of smoking have caught up to me. And on December 13th, I'm not really scared, but I personally know somebody who I've seen die from COPD. However, this person, uh, it was on oxygen and she smoked still with that oxygen on. And it just eventually it killed her. And sad to say, it was very sad for all of those involved. Okay, so and the news is on right now. It happens to be 6:35 p.m. here in Michigan, and the window, I'd open it up. It's 6:35. It's dark as shit outside right now on Thanksgiving Eve, November 23rd, 2016. So it's raining out though too. It's been raining all day, and that's fine with me because I took the day off work, and I had already planned this day off work. Oh Jesus, I've got my notes on my phone, and my battery's going low, so I happen to have a plug right here. Okay, and I wish you could see this. I'm not going to show it all to you because it's a mess right now, but this is I'm sitting on a sectional, and the sectional where I'm recording from happens to have that one of the console things, and this is where I keep all my like my Xbox, I've got it right here, but my controller goes in here. I've got it set up where I can plug in the Surface. I can plug in just a whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, let's move on because I do have notes, and that's things I want to talk about a long time ago. Okay, but anyway, yeah, I've picked up a few new subscribers, and I really really appreciate it, even if it is a few. It's always pleasant to get on there and see that oh yeah, I got a new person. I don't know who it is, but yeah, thank you guys, thank you. And just so you guys know, those who don't know this channel, I don't monetize it. I just do this to do this, for my pleasure, your pleasure, for you to hear me ramble on about certain bullshit that's going on in my life and my husband's life, our house, Southwest Michigan, Michigan as a whole, our country, whatever. My opinion, just my opinion, JMO. And those of you have heard me say this too. I was probably born with two fucks, but I used those many years ago, so I really don't have a fuck to give. That's it. I'm a firm believer of if you don't like the channel, you can change it. But I hope you do like it, and I hope you stay and listen. Because then the other half normally entails gaming, which I'm going to talk about next. Um, and oh yeah, let me bring up the story before I get into gaming. There's a couple of things. And this is I don't know, a conversation. So it came up this week on Facebook, actually, not on YouTube. It has nothing to do with gaming, but first cars. My first car, and I'm not going to talk a lot about it, just briefly. 1979 Datsun B210, a dark hunter green, I call it. It's a very dark green. And hatchback. I love that car. That was like one of the best cars I've ever owned. I got to plug in the Surface. It's not running out of battery, but I'm going to plug it in anyway because I think it will give me a better light. Okay, not really a better light, but it's giving me something. 1979 Datsun B210. I bought it from a lady named Margaret, and it was there's some light. There's some light. $900. I paid $900, and she let me make payments. I remember because we were both working at the same fast food restaurant in Richland, Michigan. One of my first jobs called the Dairy Barn. And I was out of high school. Now that car got me back and forth to Louisiana. That's another story for another day, but it got me back and forth to Louisiana twice, I believe. Twice. On my way back home. And I did not realize this, and I don't even remember if it was March, April. I can't even remember the month. Or maybe it was later because it seemed so damn hot. But there was a hole in the radiator. I did not know about it. Carbondale, Illinois. the home of Southern Illinois University, from what I believe. My car died. I think I-55, I-57, something like that, but the car died. And I do have, by the way, behind this setup that I have right here, right over here, are Cayenne Honda, right there. So, okay. So if you hear something back there, it's them. But the car died, and I had to sell it for parts, and I had a little bit of money, and my grandmother wired me some money, and I had to spend the night in this hotel, and this guy came over from the gas, the place, a mechanic's place, whatever. I don't know. He brought some beers. I was like 17 years old, I think, and took me for a tour around town. And then the next morning, I got on the damn Greyhound and came home to Kalamazoo, and that was a long ass on a Greyhound. That was a long ass trip. Sorry, guys. Anyway, my first car. 1979 Datsun B210 hatchback, and a wonderful car. What else? I'll talk about that later. I have another thing about why I don't wear white. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, you'll know why I don't wear white. Okay, so the living room, and this is going to lead into gaming, but I have an idea, because this is my room. I'm going to pan a little bit around. You'll see that's in the dining room where I like to record a lot. This is in the corner, and there's another. Okay, and then it goes on back here, a wall. My main entertainment wall is back here, which I don't know. I don't think I can switch this webcam and show you guys. I'm going to do this real quick so you can maybe see. And that's Kaya, if you saw her. I don't know if you guys saw that. Good. Anyway, my idea, though, is, because I'm thinking, I just have these games sitting on a shelf, and like most people do, on a bookshelf, whole bunch of games. Up here, up there, you really cannot see, but it is right there. Anyway, that bookshelf is my Gears of War, and it's a theme shelf. And I'm thinking, why don't I do that? Get these, like, behind me. I don't have anything here. I can put a floating shelf here and put my Assassin's Creed. I've got my Jacob and Evie characters. I've got a few other characters. I think I got Ezio. And I think Daniel was his name, I think, from 3. But I have these characters, and why don't I put my games, like a bookend, and then put these characters and theme some shelves. Or make a shadow box and theme that shadow box. For instance, if you guys see that, I don't know if you see that, above the TV is my, you can kind of see it, it's my Retro Lancer. But up there I've got a couple Funko Pops. I got my, it's a shadow box of Retro Lancer Funko Pops. It sits next to all my gear stuff. But I could do one for like Mass Effect, one for BioShock. My favorites. All of my favorites. And I thought, I can do shadow boxes, I can do these floating shelves or something, and that's how I want to do this room. Now, you see this color of this room. I'm tired of this color. Actually, I had this painted maybe 5 years ago, I think. If Evelyn's watching, she helped, she did it. I think it's been about 5 years, but this is like a mushroom color from Valspar Lowe's. And I need something else. And I think I'm going to go more of I don't want to say Battleship Gray or silver, but I want kind of a steel blue color, I think. I need something, give me some ideas. I'm a gay man, yes, but I don't have color ideas. So anyway, give me ideas. What you think might be good. I don't want anything as radical as Xbox Lime Green. I don't want anything dark because this is the main entrance of my house, so I want something to be bright. And I don't know. I just think Battleship Gray or that blue steel is just kind of. I love it, but it's just a little cold. I guess I don't know. Anyway, that's my idea for this room and something maybe a winter project I'm going to be working on. Oh, just a couple pickups and a couple of news things. Number one, if you've not heard and you like this game, Burnout Paradise is now backward compatible for the Xbox One. I could not even find my copy. I was going to say I got my copy and installed it. I could not find it. I thought it was in the other room. I don't know where the hell it is. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere, but it could be stored away somewhere. Anyway, I got on Xbox. In an Xbox, it says games or items ready to install. It was sitting in the queue, ready to install. I'm like, install this bitch. I love this game. Burnout Paradise, I love. I love it more than Forza. I know people are going to spit on me and say, Brad, what the fuck are you talking about? I love it more than Need for Speed, any Need for Speed. My favorite driving racing game is Burnout Paradise. I don't know. Again, my opinion. But I did just play the Forza Horizon 3, and I love it, and I need to get it. I did pick up, what is it called? The Brothers Tale of Two Sons, which I've been told is very good, and I did do the first. It was only $5. I picked it up. I not hard copy. It's digital, but very interesting how you have to use like the left for the one boy and then the right for the other, and have them do things in tandem, and very interesting. And then the story to me is a lot like, which I did not know this. It's a lot like Virginia, where it's non-verbal. It is actually verbal. It's a beautiful story. It's verbal in the sense that they speak their language, but you don't know what they're saying. You just have to figure out what they need to do. But I was told it's a very good game, so I went up and picked it up. The other free game right now, which I've not tried yet, is and when I say free, I'm speaking Xbox Gold member. You get 4 games a month for free, and right now is Murdered Soul Suspect, which I've heard good and bad. I've also heard that this game was responsible for the demise of the studio that made it. But I've heard good and bad. I thought, okay, you know what? This is free. I'm going to go ahead and get it. Hey, so I picked that up. What I have been playing, though, on my time off right now has been, especially this weekend, has been Gears 4. They nerfed. It seems the hammer burst. They had a title update. They nerfed the hammer burst, which it did need some nerfing because it was way OP. But now the Lancer. Oh my God! It's like you go into a multiplayer map and then everybody's all of this gun. Everybody's shooting with the damn Lancer, and it should be, to me, in my mind, it should be an OP gun because the Lancer is Gears. But it's, I don't know. To me, it's just it's too OP, and it may be getting a nerf when it's done. That's me. Okay, we end Thanksgiving tomorrow. We got Black Friday. Black Friday for me. It has, even when I worked at Kellogg's, Black Friday's been. I get tired of the commercialization. Some of the sales, they say, are really good sales, but you get to them and you find out, oh, yeah, it's not really good. I prefer to look online, which I will be, and picking up, like, okay, for instance, one thing I do know that I do need to get is, because around the middle of December, my Xbox Gold expires. They do have, I believe it's 60 days, or no, 3 months, $15. Normally it's $25. They've got it on sale for $15, so I'm going to pick up a couple of those. I remember last year, Microsoft had an incredible deal. And I'm drawing to the end of this because I don't like to go, for those new people, I don't like to go past half hour. Really 20 minutes. I'm at 24 minutes. But Microsoft had an incredible deal with it was called the Work and Play bundle. I can't remember. I think it was $140, but totally worth it. It gave you one whole year of Xbox Live plus a month. So it was like 13 months. Then on top of that, you got a whole year subscription Office 365 Home. Then you got some Skype credits. You got the what's called the Microsoft Assurance, which I totally forgot about that because with the Surface I've got some issues, and I totally forgot I've got something called the Microsoft Assurance Program. I maybe should check into that because I think I need to see what that does to my Microsoft products. I'm not sure what it does. I think all it really might do is put you ahead of somebody in the queue. I don't know. But anyway, they had this incredible Work and Play, and I got that last year. They're not doing it this year. I talked to Microsoft Store Online. I talked to even called the closest brick store retail, which is over by Detroit here. And no, they're not doing it. So, there are good deals. If you guys have not played, and I've not played the Metro games, all three. I think there's three of them. I've played like a demo of the first one or something, and I thought, oh my god, that's too hard. I'm not my cup of tea. But it is Chris's cup of tea and a lot of other people's. That bundle, along with, it must be the same studio that makes Saints Row, maybe, because they've got some sort of bundle with all these games for like, I think it's $15, and it is an incredible value. So check that out. That's on Microsoft Store. I know there's some other, there's like, okay, I hear a complaint. I've watched some videos already about Black Friday, what's the best deals. I've heard that the TVs out there, so buyer beware, be careful. They may be incredible deals and sound like incredible deals. Oh, a 4K TV, I want this. Most, what I've heard, and I don't know if this is true, but I believe this person that I watch, he has said that most all the TVs that are sub $1,000 on sale, and they are proclaimed to be 4K, do not have HDR support. They do not have HDR. So if you are into the gaming part and you do want HDR, be very careful, buyer beware there. So anyway, those of you venturing out on Friday, good luck. I think that's it. There's a couple other topics I wanted to touch on, but I'm coming to the end of this. I might do a separate video. Lawn Boy 1975 had I wanted to do a VR kind of to him, a video response. He had a question he posed, and I'm going to do this as a separate VR probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, guys. I don't have plans this year. Chris and I don't have any plans. My sister is going to my brother-in-law's this year. Normally we'll go to my mom's or do my sister's and we're all a family together. He wanted to go to his family this year, and that's only fair. It's okay. And my mom was going to go with them, but she called, and now she's got some crap going on too, some crud. So, okay. Anyway, Sexy Biscuits. Lawn Boy, 1975. He had a question posed, and I'm again not going to answer this here. But it's the greatest days of gaming behind us. Short answer for me, it's a generational thing. Really a pure generational thing, because I'll talk about this later. I'll get into more detail later. But if you're just kind of growing up to this new VR experience, this new 4K experience, blah, 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 you're like, no, the best days are coming. They're not here yet. Where if you're from the 8K gaming world, or even before that, like me sometimes, with Pong, and then venturing on to Atari and then Mario. uh, it's hard to say, and that's where I'm going to leave it. And I'll just leave it because it's 30 minutes now. My video just hit 30 minutes. That's it. So anyway, guys, yes, happy Thanksgiving to you all. To you all, a good night. Have a very safe Thanksgiving with your friends and family. And I apologize to my outside the United States viewers because I'm saying Thanksgiving. You guys have a blessed day anyway. Because I know you don't have Thanksgiving. Canada, yes, you already had yours. The rest of the world, no. But have a blessed time anyway. And be thankful for what you have. So, anyway, guys, yeah, take care. And yes, I'm feeling better. And I hope my next video I'll be like gone. Everything's good. So, yeah, take care, guys. And peace out. Talk to you soon.